5% of people are raiding their 401k for emergencies. Why is that a bad idea?
It's an issue, Steve, and everyone's retirement plan. So there's different retirement plans as we've talked about in the book. 401ks, 403bs, there's simple IRA plans, and all of them have their own little nuances. And so even if somebody's working and they have a 403b or a simple, a lot of times they'll say, "Well, I have a 401k," which is probably not technically correct. So a lot of things that we talk about, you got to make sure you go back to your own plan to make sure it applies to you. But for most people who have a 401k, there's loan provisions. You take a loan out on your 401k, and a lot of people are taking advantage of this, like you just said. And most of the provisions on 401ks is you can take out half of what you have in your 401k as a loan, up to $50,000 as the total loan. And the idea there is that unfortunately, if a participant doesn't pay it back, and let's say they lose their job, which is one of the major risks of doing the loan, then there's enough money in the plan to cover the loan. Now it's a taxable event.
Yeah, that's as we talk about in the book too. It's so critical to have that emergency fund just so you don't have to tap into your 401k. I think you just laid out a couple of reasons why. I think we've also seen from research that while people have good intentions to keep contributing to their 401k, pay their 401k back, sometimes their best intentions don't happen. And so that's why we start off in the book right from the beginning. Emergency fund is so critical. Have 6 months worth of expenses ready to go. So in case something does come up, because emergencies are going to come up, that you've got an emergency fund there, so you don't have to tap into that 401k.
Yeah, it always seems to be the disclaimer when we talk about in the book about saving for your future. And of course, if there's a match opportunity to put money away and get that match on your 401k, by all means, take advantage of that free money. Then beyond that, if you don't have that emergency reserve set up, or you're not in the situation that we're talking about right now, it may behoove you to get that built up first. And then if you want to put more money into the 401k above the match, then potentially you're going to minimize your potential decision to pull money out as a loan because you actually have saved accordingly on the short term.
Yeah. And also, as we talk about, keep that money in a very safe investment. So don't take that and put it in the stock market, put that in something like a CD or a savings account, something that's very protected. So you have it for a rainy day. And that way you can invest confidently in your 401k and maybe get a little bit more aggressive with your investments there because you know you've got this emergency fund.
Yeah, another thing that really hurts is when somebody would possibly lose their job. They have the loan. We talk about then being a taxable event, that loan you took out. But if you're under the age of 59 and a half, and it doesn't meet some of the qualifications for something catastrophic that happened to you, it could also have that 10 or 20% penalty on top of the income tax as well.
Yes, lots going on there that just further solidifies the point from the book to make sure you have a good emergency fund.
I
Thanks,
agree.
Mark.
You bet.